Alright guys, alrighty, with Good Guys Gear. Unfortunately kickstand isn't here today, so running one on my own. We're not going to get to play outside at all this weekend because I've been working on my truck. You can see I'm all nasty and stuff, so you'll have to forgive me for that. But anyhow, just to give you guys something, I'm going to do a quick overview on one of my favorite just for fun guns. You know, it's not part of, the bug out arsenal or anything else. Just a gun I really like. The MOSIN Nagant 9130. This is just a straight up, it's not one of the fancy PU snipers. It's not one of the M44, I think, short barrel cavalry versions or an old octagon receiver or anything. This is just a straight up, rack grade infantry 9130. Can't get any more basic. And honestly, I love it. They're kind of overshadowed as far as the World War II bolt guns. They pretty much come in at the bottom of the list. I would say the four big World War II bolt guns would be the Mauser, the Enfield, the 1903, and the Nagant. You have the Mass 36 and the Caraco and some stuff like that, but nobody cares. So the other three that are not Nagants are generally put ahead of it because of ergonomics, which I will not argue with at all. The safety, I'll give you, is completely ridiculous. And the bolt handle, although honestly I've never had any problem with how long the bolt handle is, I hear that as a complaint about them a lot. It's a bolt gun, so those are really the only two things that can affect ergonomics very much. But those two things aside, honestly, I've held a lot of Mausers. I had a kind of bubbed Mauser for a while, and I've held some Enfields, and I think a 1903 once. And honestly, I hate Mauser sights. Enfields have always felt kind of odd to me. They've just never felt quite right. And the Springfield I haven't spent enough time around really having a word on. So the Nagant, as bad as the fit and finish is, it's incredibly accurate. I usually shoot, if I'm rested, under 3 inches at 100 yards with iron sights, which I'm no match shooter. So if I'm shooting under 3 inches at 100 yards, then the gun is probably shooting around 1 at least, and that would still be saying I'm a pretty good shot. So very accurate, despite the fact that externally it's not finished that well. And the other thing, as far as, owning a piece of history, at this point, those other guns have gotten to be so expensive and they're so much like a collector's item that are you really going to go hunting with it and risk that it get rained on? I went deer hunting with this past year. Nailed a deer in the neck at 200 yards, by the way, with iron sights. So that's what it's capable of. And, so it's a gun, they're still affordable enough that you can really go out and enjoy them. You can shoot them, you can hunt with them, and not feel like, you're destroying some valuable artifact or anything, which I think is really neat, because I like to shoot my guns. I don't like safe queens. So, really like that I don't have to feel bad about shooting it. I really like the round itself. The Springfield, 30-06, you can't argue with. Both British 303 and 8mm Mauser, honestly, they're big, heavy, slow rounds that end up in the dirt pretty quick. So as nice nice as the rifles are as far as fit and finish and ergonomics, honestly, I feel like the round takes a lot away from them as far as a gun that you can go out and shoot. Like for instance right here, I've got stood up 308 would be on your right and 7.62 by 54R on your left. As you can see, the actual powder chamber part of the cartridges is incredibly similar. And if you look at 308, 30-06 and 7.62 by 54R, their velocities and muzzle energies are incredibly similar. So you've got a gun that you don't have to be afraid to shoot. Shooting around that's really worth shooting. You know, it just doesn't drop that much, like a 303 or an 8mm might. So that's nice. I really like the sights. You know, there's nothing fancy about them. It's just an adjustable blade and a post, but they don't need to be fancy. They work. I can get excellent accuracy out of them. They're easy to pick up. And then just the robust simplicity of the gun. It's just so, there's just nothing to it, it falls right apart. And I really like that. So, anyhow, not trying to make too long a video. Wish I had time to go out and shoot for you some this weekend. But, there you go, guys. Just a quick little video on the MOSIN Nagant. Get one. They're still available. They're still cheap, relatively. They're not as cheap as they used to be, but they're not as expensive as all the others. So go out, get one. Enjoy a piece of history, They're fun to shoot. They're cool to shoot. They're hard to miss with. The sights are so far apart. If you want to feel good about yourself shooting at steel plates at 150 yards, go buy a MOSIN Nagant, because you can probably hit those plates freestanding all day long, because they're just easy to hit with. So anyhow, there you go, guys. World War II's ugly gun. Go get one. They're pretty sweet. Hopefully, I'll have something more fun for you next week. We'll go out, shoot some, break something, maybe get hurt. But anyhow, alrighty here with Good Guys Gear. Thanks for watching. Please comment, subscribe, and I will see you next time.